Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 731 of FloWrestling Radio Live, post-holiday party edition. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined today by Dancing JD Raider, Ben Funky Askren, and we had a time yesterday. We did go-karts. It was like legit go-karts too.
At the Circuit of America's F1 track.
At the F1 track.
Not the F1 track, but the go-kart track.
Can you imagine? That would be the most epic race ever if we actually got to do it on the... You know what? Next year.
There were those the old rich people that just like drive their Porsches out on the Circuit of America.
Yeah, that's the ultimate flex.
That's a big flex.
I could see you bringing your motorcycle out there.
You can take motorcycles out there.
Yeah. So JD's having he's an Ironman for coming back. This guy was dancing his little heart out yesterday. I don't know if we have any footage of that. If we do, we can show. Oh wow! Check this out.
Stop! Whoa! Look at those moves.
Oh.
New goofing.
Whoa!
See our man Ollie in the background. You can see me.
Look at
Ollie right over there on the right.
Yeah, one more time if you want to break this down. You got our man Troy. You got Partner Success Travis there. Yeah. You got to watch the video version today, folks.
Oh my God, that is funny.
Someone sent this to me last night for this express purpose of showing it on the show. So yeah, fun night last night. A lot to celebrate at Flow and a lot to talk about in the wrestling world. As always, but especially this weekend. And now we've got Bedlam to break down. And this was a duel where, you know what, we just talked ourselves into this being a sort of competitive, maybe interesting duel. There was one guy on the show that was like, what are you guys talking about? This is going to be a bloodbath. His name's Ben Funky Askren. And hashtag nailed it and a big boom roasted to us because it was ugly. It was a bloodbath. It was 9 matches to 1. And then Oklahoma also found a way to lose the handshake line, which rarely happens, but it happened. It was the biggest L. It is the biggest L in handshake line history. I'm going to say it. You started it. You're the biggest guy on the team, and you got double-legged.
Have you ever seen a fight in a handshake line? Because I actually don't. I was thinking about this. I don't think I've ever seen one. And it was, we'll loosely call this a fight because there was like 2-3 slaps and a double leg. Yeah. So maybe fight's a little too much. But I never seen it happen before.
There was a kid in Iowa high school basketball a couple weeks ago that went viral for just giving this kid a nice 1-2 combo.
It was a straight sucker. I don't know. Basically a sucker punch. It was just the most out of nowhere.
He went body for her.
Boom, boom. He dropped his.
He's getting charged for assault.
Yeah, he definitely assaulted. That's assault, brother.
I've never seen that one. Yeah. So but it looks like you guys have videos, is what it looks like in the doc of Twitter's or Facebook statuses, and I don't know. Listen, I watched it. It's hard to see who says something, right? Because there's no audio on it. It appears as though Heinzelman pushed him first, and then obviously they square up and they do some slaps, and then AJ double legs him. So overall, I say boys being boys, not really a big deal. I'm sure some people think it's a big deal. But that's kind of how I think about it.
Definitely not a big deal to me. I think Heinzelman started it. He definitely initiated the contact, and then
initiated the contact.
And then he clearly on the way down on the double leg, he's clearly vocalizing extreme regret, I didn't start it or whatever. I don't know what he said, but it was
extreme regret. He should have thrown an elbow, those top elbows. Those ones,
the move where somebody hits somebody and then
dude.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, you got busted. But there's the Heinzelman thing is strange because then there's a Ferrari Brothers Twitter account that posted this video of.
This was weird.
This was very strange, and we can pull that in the Ferrari Brothers tweet because at the end of a match at Juniors, not this one, the one that there, this.
Yes.
Yeah. So
he's your winner, and he moves on to the quarterfinals.
So here's this Heinzelman walking towards AJ's little brother who's checking in. He says something to him, and you can't tell what's going on. He walks away. He smacks him. He smacks little Ferrari.
But little Ferrari was talking trash too, though.
He might have been, but I
actually watched that. That's Ed Scott and Ferrari going to happen next. That was a good match.
Yeah, yeah. So he got smacked, and now the smack is very, very loud. And so we're watching this yesterday. We're like,
really? Play it again. Play it again,
and we won't talk. We won't.
Yeah.
And he moves on to the quarterfinals.
Not yet.
Oh, damn! Oh! He slapped him in the head.
He really gave him a wallop. So
wow, I missed that the first time.
I know, we were running our mouths. Our bad on that. So we're watching this yesterday, and we're like, oh my gosh. We're like, you know what? We're not trust but verify. Was this sound added or doctored? Because it didn't look like that. So we go back. Kozak finds the full event replay, scrubs through all the footage, and we watch it happen. And it was legitimately that loud. He really smacked this man's head that hard. And so we're like, man, I don't know what the beef is. I don't know if it's just typical Bedlam beef. AJ Ferrari loves nothing more than beating Oklahoma University. And the Ferraris are certainly talking aplenty. Man, Heinzelman, seems like there's some.
Too bad that camera wasn't squared up a little more to the right where we could have seen, because there was a handful of seconds where we couldn't see what was going on over there. It didn't seem like anything because we couldn't hear any audio. We heard the slap, but we couldn't hear any talking. Seems Heinzman, what are you doing, dude?
What are you doing, dude? Not good. Not good. And not good for the Sooners. And really, the thing that it wasn't just that they lost, it was like how they lost some of these matches. The late matches, late major with Mantanona, which is not like the biggest surprise that he just kind of sit there and get ridden out. I mean, if you watched him, third period's not his period. But like Wyatt Sheets beats Thomas in overtime. I guess the biggest story out of it is Demas being at Demas being at 49, and then he was whooped. Well, sort of whooped, sort of not. I mean, he was winning 3-2 in the third, and he gets taken down, which could have been fine, but then he isn't able to recover, and he gives up 2 near fall off of basically just like the finish of the takedown and G being smart there. And then he gives up another takedown late. Just the third period was not their period. And I don't know what this means for Dom. I've sort of alluded that, hey, this guy doesn't want to make 41 anymore. And then he goes 49, loses to G. What do they do with Moore now at 49?
I don't think you alluded to that clearly enough because I never picked down what.
Okay,
Christian.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned I mentioned that Demas at 49 was a terrible idea because I thought it was literally for the dual meet, and then you said, "Oh no, it's I think I've been alluding to this to be permanent." I never had picked up on that. But so listen, I'm gonna play some damage control for the Sooners. Because I called this being 8-2. Now, it was 9-1, a little worse than what I thought, but I had Demas getting the win over Carter Young, I believe. Okay, the Wyatt Sheets, Justin Thomas, that one I think we had as a pick'em, so that was close. Whitlake, Grell was never going to beat him.
No,
I believe we all picked Palat, even against the spread. We knew that was going to be bad. Darian Roberts kept it reasonably close. Jake Woodley kept it reasonably close. Heinzelman, Serber, we knew it was going to be close. Mastro, Prado was going to be close. The only other bad one was, and this is just Dayton Fix going to Dayton Fix killed Madrigal, and that's just Dayton Fix going to another level, I think.
And that was my takeaway with that, because we speculated on how close in quotes, like would he beat him by 11.5 or whatever, 10.5, I think was the line.
I lost on that one.
I think I did as well. And to me, there's like Dayton is among the dominant forces in college wrestling right now, and there's a lot of dominant wins from guys like that, and you say, okay, yeah, he looked good and did great. There was like a different sort of level with Dayton here, a different sort of intensity and a carryover from what we saw from trials to worlds to now, and he looks as good as ever. And I know it's a win he was supposed to get against a guy he was supposed to dominate, but he still looked just so fantastic. His leg attacks were great. He was so aggressive on top, takes him over, and really it was like a combination of just like his dogged persistence to that Magical really had nothing left at the end and got the pinfall.
I would say I think that was a significantly more aggressive Dayton than we've seen in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
When you say?
Yeah, I would say.
So, big difference. So that was a great Dayton. When are we going to see him against someone really tough? I guess Scuffle maybe?
So they go to the Scuffle. I'm not sure who will be there.
Cornell's there.
So if Vito's a 33, then...
Yeah, we're not sure where Vito's going to be still.
Yes. So that...
And I know we shouldn't worry about it, but the campus lockdown thing does scare me at Cornell. That they're going to pull some shenanigans and try to not let them wrestle. That it makes me very nervous.
Yeah. Dude, that would just be devastating.
If they do, they should just quit school, all of them, quit college, and be known as a team formerly from Cornell and just show up at all the wrestling tournaments.
All the wrestling tournaments.
Minus NCAAs.
Yeah.
That too. Show up there.
Just roll up. Just roll up to weigh-ins. You can get the weigh-in schedule.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, hopefully not. It is. I think they're just going to online for the winter break or whatever, or before winter break. But Cornell seems to, or the wrestling team seems to think, hey, we're going to keep wrestling and everything's fine. So hopefully that remains the case.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see Dayton against one of those higher level guys. Magical obviously is solid. He had some good matches last year, but I don't think you'd rank him as one of the top tier guys at 133 pounds.
No, sir. Now he'll have DeSanto in the Iowa duel in February. JD's got the schedule pulled up. That's pretty much it. Potentially Vito, definitely DeSanto, and then
who would be in the Big 12 finals against him? Would it be Madrigal?
It was Madrigal last year. I don't know who. I think that would probably be the best guy, unless there's maybe some other guys that could get through there, but no one super tough there that's like in the national title picture. So he's we're not going to get a lot of chances to see him like really tested against someone that can wrestle. But DeSanto is a great test, because they've had pretty close matches in the past. The duel, which was in 2019, I think, was pretty. Dayton won, but like if DeSanto had finished that reversal late, I think it would have forced sudden victory. And then the semi was reasonably competitive as well last year. So we'll be curious to see New Dayton versus DeSanto.
Who does DeSanto have? Who's DeSanto got next week? Because I feel like DeSanto has not looked outstanding so far this year. Who
do they wrestle? The Missouri or NC State?
Will be Missouri. That'll be the final thing if they win their pool.
So they have Lehigh.
He doesn't have a grade 33.
Not great. And then Central Michigan. So
does not have a grade 33. So dang, yeah, because also on the other side though, you have RBY, potentially Vito, Corbin Myers, and Michael McKee.
Yeah.
On the other side at 133. And so those teams are not crossing over, right? It's the 6 on the one side and the 6 on the other side.
No. Yeah, they're not.
Dang it.
They don't want to wrestle each other.
Yeah. Well, I guess they'll see. Well, they won't. I guess they won't duel Cornell or Virginia Tech at all, and they don't duel Arizona State either, right? So the only one of those 4 that they do duel is Penn State.
Yes.
Dang.
So it wouldn't be till NCAAs where you see those matchups. Well, we'll see them in Detroit. You're going, right?
I don't have it on my calendar yet. We'll see.
Oh, what does that mean?
It says we'll see.
Oh, something's going on. That means something.
There's nothing going on.
Why would you not go? You're not going to
watch Keegan? I'll probably go.
Well, I mean, don't let me twist your arm. I'm sorry if you don't want to go to NCAAs. You've been hyping up Detroit since 2010.
I've only missed one NCAAs in the past. Well, since 2002, I've missed one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're Mr. NCAAs. Yeah. This is like your Christmas and Hanukkah all in one.
Are you going, Christian?
Yeah, I'm going.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, I'm bringing the crew too. Well, most of the Flow crew is going except for Bray and Mike Mal.
Remember when we were gonna do something cool in St. Louis and then they shut us down last year?
Shut us down big time, and then we were gonna have all our hopes and dreams come true in Minnesota.
Football stadium.
We dashed those in a football stadium.
We
were gonna run all kinds of wheel routes, and then we didn't even get to do that. Devastating. Devastating. Very lame. Okay, so we hit on Bedlam. Not much else to discuss there. We had the return of Logan Massa.
Oh, sorry. Why do they got to wrestle again? I don't want to see him wrestle again. They should not do twice.
I don't understand it. Why would you do it twice? Just rotate it. I mean, even if the duel was like, it's bad enough that they've been kind of beat down for, well, who knows how long, but it's even. I don't think it would be that much better if it was super competitive. It would like lose some of its luster too. That like. If it happened twice, I mean, maybe it's not the worst thing. It's like, Carolina and Duke play basketball.
Well,
twice.
I mean,
that's probably cool.
But. After the first time, how could you be excited to watch them again? Like, why would anyone watch the second one? Like, the only way I'm watching it, they bump Ferrari up to heavyweight.
That's what I'm saying. You got to do it.
I mean, they won't. But
they won't. But what if they did?
That would be electric.
That would be insane. Just one time.
For the people.
Yeah, I thought Woodley kept it reasonably competitive. He wasn't close to scoring.
Fry made me mad.
Oh.
Because the line was 3, and I picked him to cover, and he just refused to go after that last takedown on the third.
Yeah, well, I knew that would happen. No, I didn't. All right, so how did this go? Catch us up on the records. I talked a big game the last show. Ben
had himself a week.
What?
He went 7-2. This week.
Oh, yeah.
He leaned in hard on the Cowboys.
He did, yeah.
He secretly
leaned hard on the Sooners. And it did not go well
what
for
they
me.
think. I'm a huge Cowboy fan.
You are. You are.
Yeah.
So catch us up.
I went 4-5 this week. CP went 5-4. Ben went 7-2, and Tyler went 5-3. He didn't put a line in for
production guy Tyler. What a legend. He beat me. Dang it, Tyler.
So in the season, I'm 15-16. You're 16-15, and Ben is 16-15.
Okay, first place.
Listen, you know who I'm gonna give credit to right now?
What?
Credit to you, JD, for making great lines. The
Thank
fact
you.
that we are all within one match of 500 means you're making killer lines.
Thank you.
Yeah, they were good lines, no doubt about it. So yeah, you got to do it again tomorrow. Hope you're. Oh, by the way, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Who knows how much time we'll have for that because Jordan Burroughs is coming on.
I keep forgetting it's Wednesday, not Tuesday.
It is definitely Wednesday. Yeah, we need to remember that. Which means we get tacos. Which means we should finish the show right now. We'll see you later, Ben. Thank you so much.
Wait, you get tacos? Oh, that's tomorrow. I still get no tacos. I did make myself breakfast tacos yesterday. They were very delicious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you throw a little Wisconsin cheddar in there?
Maybe a tiny bit of cheese. I don't usually go a lot of cheese on the breakfast tacos.
Oh, get this. So, everyone's in town for the offsite, right? So it's like this company meeting, including our buddy in front of the program, Shane Sparks.
Oh yeah, why is he on the show today?
Who knows?
He's probably still sleeping.
Yeah, but. The entire company is still asleep except for the renegades, me, JD, and Tyler. We're the gangsters rolling up here early. So Shane yesterday, guess what he loves that we do not love? He loves the Snyder-Sadulaev Love Fest.
Oh,
he's like,
I hate
it's great.
Don't get me started.
He's like, I love it. I was like,
why? Why would you love it, Shane? I want them to be enemies.
He's like, shit. He's like, CP, and he gets his arm around me. He's talking real close. He's like, you ask 35-year-old Shane Sparks, he would say the exact same thing you are. But me, I'm getting soft in my old age. I love it. He thinks it's great. I was like, yeah. So at some point we can yell at him. That's the beauty of Shane Sparks. He creates some disagreement, which is good. And he's always
wow.
So he's got the strong takes.
no one likes the Snyder and Sadulaev thing except Shane Sparks, right?
And I guess Kyle and Sadulaev.
I won't tell you which one of my athletes. I had an athlete the other day, and he said, we were talking about, I think, Jason Nolf, and he said, guess who my favorite wrestlers are? And I nailed one of them. One of them was Bo Nickel. Nailed that one. The other one I couldn't get, and he said Kyle Snyder. He said, but I cannot stand this Sadulaev thing that's going on. I said, I know. I don't get it either. So listen, even it's his fans that hate it too.
It's like it's kind of one thing, to be cordial and kind of friends.
Yeah,
but they're straight up romance.
they're just boys.
Yeah, and if they were retired, if this was done, I think whatever. It's a different story. But listen, they got, I don't know, 3 more years, 7 more years. I'm not sure how much more heat they got. It's quite a bit, probably.
Kyle ain't going anywhere, and Paris is Sadulaev Snyder.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean that's likely because that would be, wouldn't that be number 10 for Sadulaev?
Yeah, my gosh.
Yeah,
that'd be
crazy,
epic.
right?
Yeah, super nuts. So yeah, I think it'd be, and the other thing is like it'd be totally fine if all this was happening and we just didn't see it, but it's everywhere, right? Like if he went to, if he went to Dagestan and he ate dinner with Sadulaev and they're cool. So it's all about the public portrayal. It's like we want, fair or not, people want to view you guys as like enemies, right? Because that just makes the matchups more interesting.
We made a film called Bad Blood.
Bad Blood. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If Dakin Burroughs were like palling around up to the Olympic trials the whole time and, sightseeing, we'd be like, what? Like, this isn't. That would never happen.
That would be weird.
Listen, say what you want about Dakin and Burroughs. Those guys are never going to be going on a photo op tour together. I think, who knows? Maybe one day in 20 years.
I don't think so.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. You can't unsay some of the things that have been said there.
So funny.
That's out the toothpaste, out the tube. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where to next? Massa was back and dominant.
That's huge.
It's super big for them. I think we're going to see the full complement of
Michigan
Wolverine of Michigan men. January 3rd against Arizona State. I think that includes Nick Suriano and now Logan Massa.
Which will be a fun duel.
It's going to be a very fun duel here in Texas. They're getting to go-karting. I don't know if they know that.
I didn't know that.
What?
Yeah. We're going to show them a good time. Yeah, they get to. It's very fun. Yeah. Come on, Ben. You just.
I need to get
all
back
the fun
in.
is here in Austin. Just up and move, or at least get during wrestling
season.
Didn't
even invite me to Arizona State, Michigan. Jeez.
Well, you're always welcome. You know this, Ben.
Well, I was actually thinking I could maybe come to that because Monday I have a private lesson I can move, but I do not have practice that night. So,
okay.
Yeah, we'll see. All
right. Well, don't rule it out.
Could be a good duel.
Yes. Probably the biggest result of the weekend was Carson Kharchla taking out Jake Wenzel in the Ohio State Pitt duel. And it played out, I think, probably if you were going to draw up how Kharchla would win, probably exactly how he won. He didn't go under him.
No way. I push back, Christian.
Okay.
There's no way anyone would have predicted 2 danger zone takedowns with no real takedowns.
Okay. Well,
that would have not been in the betting lines.
Okay, I would have just said
regular ones.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
That's it. So don't you feel like that's a difference or no? Because no. I would say I do feel like it's a difference. Now watching this match, I didn't really mind the danger zone takedowns. Sometimes they're really annoying because they're like a little bit shifty. The referee counts and the guy doesn't realize they're counting or whatever. These ones I felt like it was very clear.
I thought they were clear. I think one of them I didn't actually realize it was a danger zone takedown. I thought it was just a regular one.
They were both danger zone takedowns.
Yeah. Well, but Wenzel does have a way of defending from his hip while he's kind of in that sat position. So it's not all that surprising that it would be danger zone, right? Because because he puts himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the defense there. Kharchla is interesting to me because we've talked about him a lot because he's a new piece in the 65 puzzle, right? And a lot of hype. He was undefeated going into CKLV. He had a strong showing there, and we're trying to figure out who are the big dogs at 165. And with his style, I think it can go a lot of different ways because if the bracket falls the right way, I think he can go on a deep run, and if it's the wrong way, I think he's super vulnerable at the same time because
Correct.
I think he doesn't have the mat game to
open matches up,
and to also he's got to win a certain way against the Wenzels and even definitely a Keegan. That's an interesting matchup to me because maybe he could take him down, maybe, but is he when you can't go under certain guys, which Wenzel's one, I think Keegan's probably another one. I think Wick. So you've got some definite top specialists at this weight where you're gonna have to really. Now you're not just gonna have to like get the takedown. You're gonna have to get probably multiple takedowns, like he did here, to win this match, because you're not gonna ride him out either. So as we saw in this, he couldn't even hold Wenzel down for the end of periods. So now you're gonna have to have a multiple takedown advantage against multiple guys. So it's gonna have to fall right for him to go on a deep run.
Yeah. I actually think the same thing that you think, but so I just pulled up the rankings, and there are certain guys like I have a hard time seeing Luke Weber beat Carson Kharchla. Now, Whitlake and Valencia, I could envision it. Ramirez, obviously, Kharchla just beat him 2 times at CKLV. I think Cam Amin could give him a hard time because Amin's pretty solid on the feet. Yeah, I think that's going to be a really competitive match. I think it's going to be a 1 or 2 takedown match. I don't think Amin can ride, but I think it's going to be really close.
Okay, they hit.
The red shirt year Carson won.
Yeah, Kharchla beat him. It was 3-2, so pretty close.
Hey, look at that! Called it 3-2.
Yeah. So yeah, I could see that. So when you're in that many matches close, he's gonna have to. Yes. And also the other thing with Carson is all his attacks are the same way, and I think that's gonna be. He's gonna need an attack to the other leg, which he has not really displayed yet, right? And
there's one thing
he hasn't really had to, but
there's one thing that he does is super, super tricky. But everyone's gonna start because it's a field that I don't think. Absolutely, it's super tricky. Gets it on almost everyone. But people are gonna start being prepared for it. Because when he's not selling out all the way to the dump, right? So he's not going 100% juice this way because that's what everyone thinks at this point. But when they realize he's just going hard here to go hard there, right? Yeah. They're going to start feeling that and reacting properly. And the first couple of times you felt it, you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect it. And then once it happens, a whole bunch of times, people are going to get it.
That series was very effective in the Buffalo Gap practice room back in the day. Get that elbow and you act like you're gonna dump, and then you go to the short drag. It works great on high school kids as a grown man, and also if you're Carson Kharchla. So yeah, he's an interesting wrinkle at 65. Like watching him wrestle, he's super good. That was the most notable result there, other than D'Amelio beating Cole Matthews, which is probably a coin flip match to begin with.
Yeah, I would say coin flip on that one. I thought Ohio State wrestled pretty well because obviously Pitt only won 33 and 97. That was it. So Pitt's kind of having a rough go in the beginning of the season. They kind of hammered by Lehigh. But when you look at the actual results, like if you bring that duel up, it's not like they got killed. Right. It was like there's some close matches and they just don't have that good team. And I think, obviously people's perception changes. And so, 5 years ago, or what's been this is Keith's 4th year, people weren't expecting much out of Pitt. And now people are like, oh, Pitt's going to be really good and competitive. And if they lose, let's see, I'm pulling this duel up real quick here. If they lose a whole bunch of really competitive matches, right? So Gage Curry was in the match. Cole Matthews was in the match. Cleary lost 2-1. Wenzel lost 4-3. When they lose a whole bunch of really competitive matches, it's like, oh man, they got stomped. But it was like, they were kind of in a lot of those matches. We just expected a little more out of them.
Yes, that's definitely true. So yeah, Pitt'll be fine. I think Gavin's gonna get it going. It's just takes a little bit of time. It's hard to believe it's been 4 years already. Holy cow. Kind of fast. Other news, Moshe Schwartz, Northern Colorado's, I guess, former 33-pounder in the transfer portal.
Former?
In the transfer portal.
What?
Yeah. So I think...
I thought he was really happy at Northern Colorado.
I think it's all about making 33 and not wanting to do that.
Really?
That's my read. And, Aliras is 41, so... maybe kind of out of a job now, which is, it's interesting because Schwartz has actually made 25 collegiately.
Crazy, right?
And so you would think 33 wouldn't be a bridge too far, but apparently it is. I don't know if that's the exact reason, but talking to people around the program, it sounds like making 33 is the sticking point for Moshe. So if someone needs, I guess, a 41, Moshe.
Who needs a 41?
Moshe's pretty tough. I was just thinking about that. It's like the deepest weight in America. So it's like...
what about like Wyoming maybe? Because that's close to Northern Colorado.
It is.
Geographically.
And he's from Colorado. So maybe so. Mark Branch line.
Wyoming does not have anyone in the top 33. There you go. I just made a match. You're welcome. I'm playing
Wyoming would never have success with someone who once made 33 and transferred to them and then wrestled 141. It would never work out. Yes. Bryce Meredith reference there. If you don't get it, dude. Oh man, can you pull in the Wyoming promo they cut for the Oklahoma State duel? Did you see this, Ben?
I saw you posted. I saw, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. So we're gonna pull that in. That's this weekend, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think our man David Bray is going to be on location back at his former home in Laramie, Wyoming. Of course, where we picked up Bray in the transfer portal. We got him from Coach Branch. So yeah, we're going to show this video. Great promo here from Coach Branch and company. With sound, please, Tyler. We're going to show this.
We are outlaws who once roamed free at 7,220 feet high on the western plains. Take one look. You'll see the difference between us, not just in the colors we wear, but in our heart, grit, and determination. We are the embodiment of a cowboy. You just played dress up.
You just played dress up is that is an ultimate shots fired line.
That's awesome.
The shot of Branch is just classic with his stash and everything.
It reminds me of old wrestling posters that you see from like
the
early 2000s, 90s.
They're all dressed up. They love to put on the dusters and dress up as cowboys. Play dress up. They're the real deal.
But they don't actually have a chance in this duel, do they?
Well, you probably would have said that back in 2017 in the elevation duel, which was 5-5, and they almost won that. Do you remember that duel?
They got some. Okay, I'm looking through the lineup. They got a chance. They got a chance because
they need.
I'm going to give their heavyweights got a chance.
Yes,
Buchanan versus Ferrari's decent match. Tate Samuelson, he's got a chance. Hayden Hastings, I believe, is beating Plottle. That Plot might have been injured. 57, Jacob Wright, he's all right. I could see him pulling it out. And then 25. He's all right. I wouldn't make him the favorite, but I could see him pulling it out.
They can get 5 wins. They can get 5 to 6 reasonable wins. It's not like the biggest line. They're obviously underdogs there, but they'll need quite some upsets to do it. But I think it'll be an interesting competitive duel. Dude, wrestling at Elevation, this was one of the craziest duels ever. I mean, that I can ever remember. The Wyoming.
Really?
Oh my! Did you watch it? It was nuts. Oklahoma State it was epic duel. It was like, I remember because I was flying home to Virginia and we were delayed at the Austin airport for like literally hours. And I watched the entire duel and they just kept getting tired. And let me see if I can find the results.
So you're saying in 2020/2021 that year?
No, this was like 2017.
We're going back to 2017.
It was classic. If you watch the duel, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't know what duel. I'm trying to find it right now. I'm on their website looking for it. Let's see. Cheyenne, Wyoming. They lost 15. This is 2018, 2019. Oh, so 2017, 2018.
Yes.
I will. Cheyenne, Wyoming. Let's see. So Sam Turner beat Gio Martinez. Archie Colgan beat John Blaylock. Ashworth beat Chandler Rogers. Then Oklahoma State went on a run, and then they came back, and Montory Bridges beat Cade Brock, and Bryce Meredith beat Dean Heil.
Look at the final score of the Bridges Brock match.
It's 11-10.
Yes, it was bananas.
And they also lost 2 matches. They lost 8-7 at 74, and they lost 8-7 at 84.
Yes, they were so close to winning this duel a lot of different ways, and that was when Meredith beat Heil, which was insane and had never happened. I think it was a tiebreaker match. Definitely a very close match. Great duel. So anyway, return to the scene of the crime. Actually, not exactly, because this won't be in Cheyenne, but a great duel nonetheless. Laramie.
Oh, wait, why was it in Cheyenne? I thought so. Listen, I'm not big on Wyoming geography. I know majority major. I don't know my own Wyoming geography.
When I interviewed you for this job, you said you knew Wyoming geography. That was the thing, Ben.
Yellowstone's in Wyoming. I know that much.
You do know that. So it was, I think, because that's where Bryce is from. He's from Cheyenne. So there was, sometimes we'll go back to the hometowns. And I'm pretty sure, as high as elevation as Laramie is, I think Cheyenne might have been actually even higher. We're going to get our elevation expert, because you're not that, Ben. We got our elevation
Listen, Cheyenne, I'm looking now. Cheyenne and Laramie are right next to each other. I'm looking right now.
Okay.
And Cheyenne's 1,000 feet less.
All right, it's 1,000 feet less. So now we got 1,000 feet more of elevation.
More. Oh, my goodness.
But you know what? The Cowboys of Oklahoma State, their gas tanks look just fine against Boomer Sooner. So we'll see.
Bro, I got a great gas tank. Elevation's a son of a gun. So like the first time that you go to Colorado Springs, which I believe is between 6 and 7, the training center, like that first couple times you feel it so hard.
That's why the Cowboy Open used to be so tremendous, because it was the first Open of the year.
Oh, yeah.
So nobody's in shape, and then they go wrestle for the first time at Elevation.
You wrestled at the Cowboy Open before we hired you. That was a wild move. Did you feel it? The elevation? Oh, are you being a tough guy, or you really didn't?
No.
He's being a tough guy.
Bro, you felt it. Just stop. You lying. You were lying your ass off.
Why you always lying? Okay.
Yep.
So Drake Ayala and Pat McKee wrestled. I don't know if we discussed that yet. Ayala got the first takedown, and then McKee got a couple, and he rode him a little bit. It looked very much like a true freshman that's really good wrestling a seasoned All-American.
Yeah, Ayala kept getting to his single leg and then couldn't finish after the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, which the finishing troubles against someone like Pat McKee is not all that surprising. Getting ridden by Pat McKee, not super surprising either. The biggest surprise for me was the last takedown that he gave up, which JD theorized was that Drake was just kind of surprised he took a shot.
Yeah, I mean, it had been Drake on the attack the whole time. Then McKee fired off a nice post high crotch.
Yes,
I didn't love the I did not love the stall call on Ayala going out of bounds. I just thought it wasn't. Yeah, I thought he was fighting to stay in, and he
literally circled back in.
Correct, and then McKee used it to throw him right out of bounds.
Well, it was initiated off a shot from Ayala, and then McKee like got his feet down, circled away, and then he hit it either over or underhook. And he was driving in, and then they got towards the edge, and Drake circled back in before they were both fully out of bounds, and they still hit him for stalling after he sort of initiated the entire flurry from the leg attack.
Yes,
just bad judgment on a bad rule, which is the whole problem.
Bad judgment on a bad rule.
Yeah, it's double bad, and this double negative did not make a positive because it was the wrong call. Very unfortunate.
Yeah. So obviously though, I think if you're an Iowa fan, his troubles on bottom. Now McKee is good. McKee's good on top. He definitely is. But in that third period, he got ridden kind of hard after he got taken down for I don't know, maybe a minute. It was a while.
Yes. It takes a little bit, but
yeah, Ayala's struggle on bottom.
Ayala's there. I'm excited to see him. I think he's pretty clearly going to be their guy next year at 125. Yeah. And,
hope he wrestles in Midlands.
Oh, yeah, he definitely should. That'd be great.
Assume he will.
That's normally where...
Oh. You know, we didn't bring up. Mark Hall wrestling in Midlands.
That's interesting. Mark Hall. 184. Looking for that Midlands title. Is Penn going to Midlands?
They do a lot. I can look it up.
They have in the past. Should be interesting. What if he hits a fellow Quaker, one of his athletes?
He's got a forfeit to him. So did you know the reason? I got a story for you, and this is kind of crap because I would have had another pin if it wasn't for this in my career. So I would be at 92, not 91.
Oh,
Tyron Woodley wrestled in the Southern Scuffle finals. He wrestled in Southern Scuffle my junior year. He made the finals opposite me, and so we didn't wrestle. We did a forfeit situation, and then that made the tournament directors really mad that they didn't get me to wrestle in the finals. And so then they banned post grads from the Southern Scuffle.
Yeah, I think since forever. I don't know. I can't think of another post grad.
Since that was someone told me that they're not banned anymore, that they can wrestle. Someone just told me that like 2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember who was telling me that, but that's what someone said. I don't know that to be true or not. But yeah, that was 2006 or so.
You're a true jiu-jitsu athlete. You closed out with your fellow teammate. That's very
and I don't remember
jiu-jitsu of you.
I don't recall who he would have beat in the semis, but I would have pinned that person.
Oh,
dang it, Tyron! I would have had 92.
Because I'm glad you said that because my next question would have been, wait, are you saying you would have pinned Tyron Woodley?
No, I did not say that. I always had a hard time wrestling him. I mean, he knew it was coming, and he was really good with his positioning. So I always had a tough time. He was a good partner for me in the room.
Okay, well, that's good. No, I don't think. I'm trying to. Yeah, that Penn does go to Midlands.
Penn, yes, yep. Penn is at Midlands.
They got a schedule, man. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming along. Okay, so yeah, Mark Hall at Midlands. That'll be fun to watch.
Wait, hold on. How much of Michigan's team is going to Midlands? Because it says Michigan. Are they all going? Because that'll be right before the Arizona State duel.
I would assume not starters, or maybe if they wanted to get Massa, they could do the classic wrestle 2 matches and
hold on here, amigo.
Okay.
They are in bold, and at the bottom, if you look down at the bottom of the list, it says programs scheduled to bring a full team are bolded. They are bolded.
They've been bolded.
So if you look at the teams
Midlands
list,
isn't on their official schedule.
they are. Listen, hey JD, I'm telling you, they're bolded here.
It's bolded. They hit Command B. So
No
more questions. That is the ultimate trump card. So yes, they are. Maybe they're going, but they're not allowed to get injured. That's one of the rules. They can't go.
That is? I got a no injury rule.
No injury rule. Sorry, guys. Can't get hurt. All right. Want to get to some questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Every weight this year has a returning national champion. Has that ever happened before? Dude, no way, right?
Well, but this is the only year that's like this year.
Okay.
Until next year.
Until next year.
Not fair.
Next year.
What do you mean? What next year? You think next year is going to have every champ come back?
We'll lose a lot of them because
but I'm just saying like next year it's still the like for the next 4 years, 5 years. We're gonna see.
No, guys, we're going to see more people, but this is the only year where nobody graduated. This year, someone's going to graduate. Yeah. So, right, last year, literally anybody who wanted to wrestle again got to wrestle again. There was not one person who lost their eligibility.
True.
Yeah. So this is the only year like this.
The one kid didn't come back from
plus also
Ryder. He didn't come back, but
he's wrestling in Midlands as well.
What? What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. What? If he wants to wrestle, why did he wrestle? Why is he freak? What?
I don't know.
Listen, Ben.
Maybe he didn't want to go to school.
Well, what's his problem?
Yeah, he probably don't want to go to school. Can you blame him?
You can halfway it, man. Half. Well, listen, my senior year, I had to do like some easy classes that I didn't do, and then second semester, I had 3 credits. It was so simple.
Yeah. Also, there were no Ivies last year, which allowed a lot more people to win titles, and then Ivies come back, so you get like Yanni coming back.
Yep.
With his titles.
Yeah.
Point.
Okay. Next question. Thoughts on participation trophies? Well, that's why Jordan's coming on tomorrow. We're going to talk about participation trophies. I've thought a lot about it since his tweet, so I'm looking forward to discussing that. Will be good.
It's something I've thought about for many years because I coach kids and do wrestling academies, and our job. I've talked a lot about. I don't know about participation trophies, but I've talked a ton about retention and the best way to retain athletes because that's something that's very important to us. And the longer we can keep them in there, the better it is.
Yes, completely agree. If OU finishes outside the top 20 at NCAAs again, does OU need to shop for a new head coach? I don't know if I won't get into the need. The question is will. And I'm not sure because
how many years is it now?
It's been 4 or 5. This is 5th year.
Yeah.
And now they've got a big gun waiting with Tate Piccolo, and they're going to need him to wrestle well for them. And I think that maybe helps that they got a blue chipper from Oklahoma coming soon. But
yeah,
I feel like I seem to remember when Cody was gone and they were looking for someone to getting the impression that OU's got a quick trigger on these kind of things. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to let it continue much longer. They're going to need to see some progress soon.
I just looked it up. So Mark Cody got 5 years. He got hired in April of 2011, and then Lou Rosselli was hired in August of 2016. So this is Lou's 6th year. Mm-hmm. Man, yeah, I'll say it. If Lou doesn't show more progress, then they're going to need to find someone else because OU is one of those programs like an Iowa State who is like, we can't not be good at wrestling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been good for so long that they feel the need. This is important to them, which we should hope all universities feel that way. And 6 years is a lot of time. And let me see what you guys have them ranked at. Right, I'm gonna go to Flo's rankings, so I don't have to do my own rankings here. You guys have Oklahoma ranked at 26, and I'm gonna tell you for the OU's administration, that's not acceptable.
Yep. So I think probably so, and I seem to remember. So a lot of see there's a undercurrent of ambitious assistant coaches who like to stir things up and get their names out there and stir up drama so that they can career chase or whatever. And so I remember 2 or 3 years ago, Oklahoma was having some issues, and I had 2 or 3 different assistants like, yeah, they're letting Rosselli go. You should put it out there. They're gonna fire Lou. Blah blah blah. He's gone after this year.
I heard that also.
Yeah, the people like to stir that up and get that out there, but that was not obviously the case, as he's been there several years since then. But so I would assume after this year, the rumors aren't going to go away.
Yeah,
winning solves everything.
I think everyone, like, obviously, I don't know. I'm not close with Lou. I've had nothing but positive experiences with the guy.
Same.
So like when when we're talking about this, you feel bad because obviously
Yes.
if he doesn't retain his job, that means he's getting fired and he has to find somewhere new to work. But at the same time, it's like if you take an OU job or an OSU, right there's about 5 to 10 programs. Like, you know what the expectations are. It's pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
If you take the Iowa job and you can't finish in the top 5, they're probably going to try to fire you. If you take the Oklahoma State job, no, this hasn't been taken very many people, right? And you can't finish in the top 5, they're probably going to fire you. And so when you take a job like that, like, there's
risk.
pretty simple metrics. You know the risk. You know what you're taking on, and it shouldn't come as a shocker if that happens.
Yeah. If it doesn't work out with Lou in Oklahoma, I mean, he's going to be on the market for like 5 seconds before there's
someone picks him up.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you look at his impact at Ohio State when he was there.
Yes.
It's tremendous. And
you probably go back there. They need
honestly.
Honestly, I would hire him as the RTC coach in a minute if I was Tom Ryan.
Yeah, if I'm Tom Ryan, maybe I'm just calling him right now. Be like, hey, why don't you come back?
You want to come back?
Why don't you come back? You know what?
Yeah, I would hire him in a second. And some people, I mean, this is some people, and I don't know if we need to outline them. And I don't know Lou. I have not been at Oklahoma at all, so this is just me saying this about people, is that some people are significantly better assistant coaches than head coaches. They're better at the technique portion. They're better relating to athletes. And as a head coach, you can still be in the room, but you're more of an organizational figure who's trying to put all the pieces together, but not even just political. Because I think some people think too political, but like, you're trying to put this puzzle together, put the right pieces in the puzzle. And it's like some people are just way better at technique and relating to athletes and getting the athletes where they need to be. And they should kind of stay in that position. In
a lot of people's mind, being a head coach is like, I'm going to run the room, I'm going to run practice, I'm going to teach technique. Like, that's like how a lot of people conceptualize being a head coach. That's like, if, I've never been coached by Lou, but the guy, that's like what he's known for. He's like, he runs amazing workouts. He's great at running the room. He's technically just like incredible. I think that's where he really thrives. And so I don't know, but you know what? It didn't work out for Cody at Oklahoma either. I think there is a little bit of, I don't think Oklahoma is as easy to win at as maybe some people think too. I don't think wrestling wise, I don't think it's not like football where it's got this like big national brand. Like, these kids coming up, they don't know about, Tion Ware and all these Oklahoma legends.
But that's only because they haven't been good for, right? They went through Mark.
I know.
Who was the head? Wait, was there
Spates.
someone between Spates and did Sammy Henson get the job for a couple of years? No, he did not.
No,
he thought he was. He thought he was going to.
Perhaps.
So when Spates, Cody, Roselli, or was there someone else? There was not someone else before Cody.
No.
Okay. So, but it has been probably a while since. When was the last time they got a trophy? Probably 2006.
Spates, I think towards Spates
5
last year. One of his last.
There was a
couple of years.
Oh, really? Okay. So it's been a while now. I mean, we talked about this with Iowa State also. It's been a long time since they've had a trophy, so kids forget. Kids right now in middle school are paying attention to. I can tell you, my kids in middle school are paying attention to college wrestling. So that means they're gonna be recruited in, we'll say, anywhere between 5 and 7 years. So now who's ever doing well right now that's gonna have an impact on recruiting 5 to 7 years from now.
Yeah, I agree. So I don't. Mark Cody having. He seemed like the most slam dunk obvious hire of all time after what he did at American, and it didn't work out at Oklahoma. They had some success, Cody Brewer winning NCAAs, Kendrick Maple winning NCAAs were huge moments for them, but they just couldn't put it all together. And then, so I think if you think Oklahoma should be a perennial top 5 team, I think you're nuts. I don't think that's reality. That's not even reality for. I don't even think that's reality for Oklahoma State, that every single year top 5. That could be the standard and the expectation, but it hasn't been reality. It's not reality for a lot of teams.
So I would say, hold on. Let's see. I wish there was a list of somewhere we could pull up their national finishes, but I don't think they've finished in the top 10 in a while. Am I finding this? No, I'm not finding this. Dang it. I thought it
probably been a bit. For sure.
It's been a bit. Yes. History and quick facts. Let's see if I can go to the quick facts section. What do you think?
Love a quick fact.
I'll see what I can find. Okay, I'll report back to you in a second.
Okay, please report back, sir.
You got it.
All right, next question. All right, from Miles. At some point today, Dake and Taylor are close in a Mount Rushmore battle, but how is Taylor not clearly in the lead? Taylor has the Olympic weight championships, Olympic medal, and a prime all-timer on his resume in Yazdani. Well, because I think there's a couple reasons. Well, if it's the freestyle Mount Rushmore, I think you're probably right. But I mean, I don't think it's clear because Dake does have an Olympic medal, and he has some all-timers on his resume. He's beaten Jordan Burroughs. That's an all-timer. He's got 3 wins now over Jordan. He's beaten Jaden Cox. He took a match from Jaden. He has wins over David Taylor, or he has only wins over David Taylor. So those are things that put him in the category. If you're just taking Olympic title plus world titles, you could probably say David, but Kyle does have three titles, and David has 2, right?
Yeah.
So that's because David had the year out with the injury and then Corona. So I don't know. I think there's a pretty close argument for both. I don't know. Did we squarely say it was David or Kyle at that point?
I don't know that we ever clearly said.
I don't think it's clear. I don't think it's clear. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to find.
You're doing research.
I can't find it, but yeah, I agree with everything that you said there. So I don't feel like I need to rebut anything.
Oh look.
No, so he found the finishes. Wait.
That's how many championships.
Why is there not a finish?
They've got.
That's how many championships. Why do they not have a finish? I'm on their site. They don't have a finish at the NCAAs in 2021. Did they not do very well or something? Let me click on this thing.
Oh no.
Oh jeez. Okay. All right. This 2019. There's no finish, but there was an NCAA championship. They took 24th last year. I'm just looking at all of Roselli's finishes. 2020, obviously, there was no NCAAs. Dang this. I'm gonna have to go to track wrestling now. Jeez Louise.
All right.
You're putting way too much time.
I'm not. I am determined to find the answer.
Was mind blown by this post, this Kale post, with the fact that PSU has won 27 of the last 100 individual titles. Which is most impressive? This stat Kale's undefeated college career and 4 natties or another collegiate statistic.
This is so impressive.
27 out of the 100 total individual titles since 2011 is nuts when you consider second place has 10 and is tied with 10. So yes. I think it's insane. I think the most mind-blowing stat was, and I don't know what it is now, but his streak of NCAA semifinal wins that his individual guys had was nuts. We need to go back and look that up. It is a really, really crazy stat. And yeah, it's tough to. But nothing's crazier than being 159-0 in college wrestling. That is nuts. Also. That's really nuts.
Yeah, that's the most crazy. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn, I forgot Oklahoma State took 13th at NCAAs one year. Wow.
Yeah.
2018. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And they had a rough 2009 too. I think they were in the 15-ish range there too.
Yes. So Oklahoma took 61st in 2018. 2019, they took 25th. 2020, there was no NCAAs. 2021, they took 24th. So they haven't really sniffed the. I think what you said about being in the top 5 is also unreasonable, Christian. Mm-hmm. But I think averaging somewhere around the top 10 would be probably what they expect.
Yeah, I think. Top 15 should be probably an annual expectation. getting into the
Yes.
top 10 some, and
Yep.
getting into the top 5. I mean, it's when you've got juggernauts, Iowa and Penn State almost guaranteed in the top 5, 3 or 4 every single year, and it's tough to say be top 5 every year. I mean, it's really it's a tough thing to do.
Yeah, so I think top 10 is reasonable though. I
sure.
was just at Mizzou 2 weekends ago. And it's like, dude, sometimes I forget how consistent Brian Smith is, but I think he had he's had 7 top 10s in the last 9 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, so I think for a program like OU, like that's what they're looking for. They're looking for, a probably top 10 averages finish, and Lou has not been able to get him there yet.
Right.
Either was Cody.
And I think 2 things that hurt Iowa State and Oklahoma are they are in high school states that are not churning out a bevy of blue chip recruits, and they are number 2 in those states by a long shot. And for Iowa State, they're also going up against UNI, which recruits really, really well. Also,
really well.
So
and they have a deep roster too, very deep roster.
Who?
UNI.
Oh, Panther Train. Yeah.
I mean, dude. So I look at their open. So we have 5 guys on their team. So I kind of try to look at all the results. Man, and like I think 141, they have like six solid dudes. 149, they have like 5 of them. They have a really deep roster.
Yeah, they really do. They do a good job. Okay. Another question. If Spencer wins 4 titles and 3 Hodges, where does that put him in the greatest college wrestlers of all time conversation? So the question to me is, does he get up there with Dake then at that point?
I say no.
I would say 4 and 3 puts him ahead of Logan and Pat.
Yes. Oh yeah.
But does it put him?
But do you
how much weight do you put on dominating versus lack of losing?
Versus
hold on,
lack of losing,
or like obviously he dominates more than Kyle, but probably has a few more losses.
He does.
But hold on.
Not that many more.
Not that many more.
I got a question.
Okay. Question from Ben.
But because question from the audience. But Christian, you don't. So there's 4 4-timers currently. You don't put those 4 4-timers as number 1, 2, 3, and 4 in collegiate wrestling ever, right? So I would put Kale 1, Dake 2, but Logan and Pat are probably getting bumped down a little bit.
Well, who are you putting ahead of him? Zane?
I would definitely consider DT. I would definitely consider Zane. Yeah, there's some other ones that I would consider in there.
I don't know that. I don't know if I could put.
Has Flo ever done a top 10 college wrestlers of all time?
No, we only do top 100 lists, and they have to take around a.
What did Spade do that he copped out for the last one? Was that college or was that freestyle?
Oh, I don't even want to talk about this list.
What?
I don't even want to talk about this list. He had. I think he had ties in there. I think he had all kinds of.
You can't have ties. No ties.
Yeah.
I think it was just the last one. He said you decide. I think that was college wrestling.
Yeah, he had a you decide for like 10. It's like, no.
You decide? No, that's
you decide.
That's coward stuff.
Because he didn't want to pick. He didn't want to cut anybody out.
Yeah, just terrible.
Lame.
So yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, where do you put Spencer? Spencer's. I would say to rank him is a little bit enigmatic because obviously on his high end, I think you put him up there with Kale, right? But then,
he can't pass Kale.
He obviously can't. I'm saying on the high end, like just if we think about like performance at your peak,
best.
not the worst, because he's had. Because what I was gonna say is kind of at the worst moments. I think like if we talk about the worst moments, I think Spencer Lee's had a little bit lower than say a David Taylor, right? So when we think about it like that, I think it's kind of challenging. I mean, I think you can make a really good argument for number 3 behind Dake and Kale. I think you might be able to make an argument for him over Dake. I think
that's possible because they both have a thing going for them of no red shirts, right? One is
Yes.
true freshman, which is pretty nuts. They both did take losses. Dake
Yep.
and they both
Never
took
got
losses,
pinned.
and they both took their losses in their freshman and sophomore years, right?
So
Dake lost his
Spencer did not lose in 20 the year they didn't have NCAAs, right?
right. He didn't lose.
He
last
didn't
year.
lose last year.
Correct.
The problem is, how many matches did he have in those 2 years? How many total matches did Spencer have? I'm going to wrestle stat this.
Okay, do it. See, yeah, he hasn't
Right.
had giant schedules. He was 22-2 as a freshman, 23-3 as a sophomore. So 5
And then-
losses. Dake, I
Yeah,
think,
and then
has
18
4.
Yeah, 18-0 and 12-0. So I mean those are really limited seasons when you look at the now he's essentially very likely to have 5 NCAA seasons and not get to 100 wins, which is like pretty insane when you think about it. And then the other thing I think, and dude, I really like Spencer, so I'm gonna get rid. This sucks because I don't want to say I had to talk bad about Lou. I had to speak truth about Lou, and I really enjoy him. I really like Spencer a lot, but here's the truth of the matter: is like there were some matches that he probably should have wrestled, specifically his sophomore year, that he didn't wrestle, and people were really annoyed about it. And I know I made those comments when I was there, and I know people are gonna get annoyed at me for bringing them up, but like the weekend where he didn't wrestle Sebastian, but he wrestled the other duel, where he wrestled the first day of Midlands, but not the second, like. They don't speak about it, so we don't know maybe he got really sick. I don't freaking know. They did because they don't talk about it. But like, I feel like that weighs on his.
To me, that's like
also.
overshadowed by like last year, what happened with the ACLs, what's probably going to happen this year, what we think is going to happen this year. I feel like that's when you're comparing the resumes, I don't know if that negate. It's like I feel like the Dake and Spencer resumes are super similar in that you've got true freshmen, 4-timers with no red shirts. You've got their later years, they do something epic where Spencer's going to attempt to win 2 NCAA championships without any ACLs, whereas Dake bumped up to take on the Hodge Trophy winner his senior year when he's going for his 4th title.
That gives a lot of bonus to Dake.
That's totally not. But I think it's equivalent to wrestling 2 seasons without or 2 NCAA tournaments without any ACLs.
Yeah. How many Taylor only has 3 college losses, correct? And 2 are to Dake.
So he has Bubba and 2 Dake losses.
2 Dake. I mean that's like such an insane career.
Well,
yeah.
Sort of.
We should do an all-time college list.
Okay.
The All-Star.
I think we
so
should.
much fun.
We should wait till this season ends and then do it at the end of this college season.
Yeah. At the end of this college season.
Yeah.
I'm in for that.
That'd be fun.
I mean, if Yanni continues, Yanni is only going to have 1 college loss ever, which would be crazy to think about also.
And he'll also have the true freshman benefit, the thing that'll...
He took a couple red shirts in the middle there. But the true freshman thing, yes.
Yeah, the last
and
the second red shirt was basically forced. He was going to wrestle, and he was not allowed to.
Yeah, and then but he's gonna have a lot of close matches. He doesn't have nearly the dominance that Spencer. I mean, Spencer's dominance is just totally insane. Wait, well, how many? Ed Ruth only has 3 losses.
He lost to Amucha Steggy.
Dean.
He lost
Gabe
to Gabe Dean.
That's it.
No, he lost to. I think he lost to.
There was
Mike
one of the losses
Letts.
freshman year. Yes, Mike Letts.
Mike Letts of Maryland.
Jeez. That's a freaking good career too.
Mm-hmm.
And if Ruth didn't have the loss to Dean his senior year, I think that really hurts him. That he could absolutely be considered. 2 losses your freshman year and then undefeated the rest. That would be all-timer stuff.
That's what complicates Logan because he lost to Zane his junior year.
And he almost lost to Dardan's his senior year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why Logan. I know Logan was dominant and he won a Hodge, but I think the Zane, when we're talking about all-timers and just kind of comparison to other people, the almost lost to Dardanes and the loss to Zane really hurts him. And then the other thing that people forget about Logan is now I'm picking on all the Alzheimer's today, but I they're all obviously all
Pick on Kale next.
He can lose. He lost it. He lost to Paul Jen. Kale, what were you thinking on that one? That was a terrible idea. You shouldn't have lost that, dude.
red shirt year.
Kale, you took a red shirt. None of these other dudes took a red shirt. What are you scared to wrestle as a red shirt?
Logan definitely took a red shirt.
I'm done. Well, I was gonna say Logan initially was not going to take a red shirt. If you remember, he took third at the U.S. Open as a high school senior, which is freaking amazing. And then he lost 3 times, and he lost 3 times in Vegas. And then somehow, I don't even know how you do this still. And then he just said, "I'm on a red shirt."
Well, he got hurt, and basically the way it works is if you get hurt without completing a certain percentage of the season, you qualify for a medical.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't have. He lost to Jared Patterson. He had a couple losses at Vegas. I can't recall, but yeah, pretty wild stuff. Okay, well that's fun to talk about. We're gonna go ahead and beat it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with Jordan Ernest Burroughs. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. Thanks to JD for making the walk. Thanks to Ben Funky Askren. We'll see you tomorrow, this time.
Hey, enjoy those tacos, guys.
Taco time. See you, boys. Thank you.
Yeah.